Hi YouTube, my name is Big Boy Snatch on TV, aka but kind of snatchy one because I got playing go around. As you can tell by the title of the thumbnail in the video itself, this is my AEW Dynamite holiday review and highlights. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please watch the video from all the way from the beginning or towards the end. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more wrestling content not doing the channel because I'm pushing towards 12K before 2027. Follow all my social medias down below in the description. And go check out my WWE NXT review and highlights, and that's all I gotta say. Without further ado, let's get started. Now, AEW Dynamite Holiday was a very good show, and I give this show an 8.5 out of 10. This was way better than NXT, and that's all I gotta say. It says AEW Dynamite was live from Manchester, England. It says, it's Wednesday, my dudes. You know what that means. Can you come up with something new? I understand, we get the point. Can y'all just stop saying this Wednesday, my dudes? You know what this means. Come up with something new, and that's all I gotta say. Alright. No time for messing around, folks. We kick off with our opening match starting up right now as the bell rings. We get the Continental Classic Blue League match, Jon Moxley versus Roderick Strong, and in my honest opinion, this was a good match to watch, and that's all I gotta say. Roderick Strong is on the offense early, taking Jon Moxley to the corner before the referee intervenes. This allows Jon Moxley to take control as he takes Roderick Strong to the mat. But Roderick Strong fights back immediately, going for an ankle lock before backing Jon Moxley up to the corner for a chop. They return to the center for an exchange of strikes. Things spill to the outside as Roderick Strong lays into Jon Moxley. Some with Jon Moxley fighting back as the fight goes to the crowd. They finally bring things back to ringside before Jon Moxley gets back in the ring, hitting the ropes for a dive onto Roderick Strong. Both men are down as we go to commercial break. Let me take a sip of my water before I continue. Back from commercial break, Jon Moxley is firmly in control as he takes Roderick Strong to the mat, going after the face and head of Roderick Strong before the latter rolls him up onto his shoulders, getting a near fall to break the hold. Both men back to their feet, only for Jon Moxley to wear Roderick Strong down enough to set up for a Gotch style pile driver. As we hear 10 minutes elapsed, something like that. Have elapsed. All right. Roderick Strong breaks free, sending Jon Moxley out of the ring, before taking him to the floor. He brings Jon Moxley to the ring, hitting the ring for a fury of offense before Jon Moxley goes for a lariat. Roderick Strong ducks, holding Jon Moxley up to slam him to the canvas. Roderick Strong with a forearm strike off the ropes, sending Jon Moxley to the mat once more for a near fall. Jon Moxley escapes a stronghold attempt, but Roderick Strong intercepts him on the outside, only for Jon Moxley to set him up on the steps. But the power driver never comes as Roderick Strong breaks free before slamming the former world champion onto the steps instead. The referee begins the count, reaching 6 when both men return to the ring. Jon Moxley catches Roderick Strong in a corner, but the fight goes back and forth until Roderick Strong takes Jon Moxley to the mat with a superplex for a 2 count. Both men fight back to their feet, with Roderick Strong dodging a Paragon Chef for a Tiger Driver. Jon Moxley stops another stronghold attempt with 5 minutes remaining, and drops Roderick Strong twice for a pair of near falls. Jon Moxley changes in a modified sleeper hold, but Roderick Strong managed to roll towards the ropes to force a break. Roderick Strong takes Jon Moxley down for a 2 count before finally clinching in the stronghold. Jon Moxley is struggling here as he crawls towards the ropes. Roderick Strong charged his grip on the hold, and that's enough for Jon Moxley to break free. He sends Roderick Strong out of the ring. As Roderick Strong charges back in, he runs into a Paragon Shift by Jon Moxley, covered by Jon Moxley, but Roderick Strong managed to kick out at 2, only for Jon Moxley to hold him up for the Death Rider DDT to pick up the win. The winner of the match by pinfall, John Moxley scored 6 points. This was a good match between Roger Strong and John Moxley. John Moxley's arm is raised in victory as commentary hypes up what else is coming later tonight. Alright, backstage we hear from Eddie Kingston, who says you either win or lose, learn. He acknowledges the loss. Tap out to Samoa Joe saying he learned from that, and that could be bad news for everyone who face him next. He'll see us again, maybe at Collision, to see who wants to step up and see what he's learned. We head back to ringside where Don Callis is nearly booed out of the building as he introduced Konosuke to Takeshita and Hex and Zero for our next match. Kazuchika Okada makes his entrance next, curiously not introduced by Don Callis as he walks down the ramp. We get the OG theme song from Being the Elite to introduce the Young Bucks, followed by the arrival of Kenny Omega for a massive Manchester pop. The Elite head to the ring, and this big money trios match gets underway as the bell rings. So we get the $1 million winner take all trios tag team match. The Elite, Kenny Omega, Matt Jackson, and Nick Jackson versus the Don Callis family, Kazuchika Okada, Konosuke Takeshita, and Hex and Zero. This was a fun trio 6-man tag team match, but everybody has to agree with me. I am so sick and tired of the Don Callis family, and I know I'm not the only person that think that. Even Showstopper TV is sick and tired of the Don Callis family. And shout out to my boys Showstopper TV for watching. Shout out to everybody that still is watching this review. I just want to put that out there. But this was a fun 6-man tag team match. But give me Kazuchika Okada versus Konosuke Takeshita. Sign me up to see that match. We start off with Takeshita and Kenny Omega. The crowd chanting for Kenny Omega as the 2-men circle the mat. Side headlock by Konosuke Takeshita. But Kenny Omega breaks free to hit the ropes, running right into a boot by the Alpha. Tag made to Nick Jackson, and the Elite gang up on Takeshita in a corner, leading to a backbreaker by Kenny Omega and a leg drop by Nick Jackson as we go to commercial break. We're back from commercial break. We see a tag to Kenny Omega with Hex and Zero in the ring. Kenny Omega fights the Luchador off before taking him to the mat, and Hex and Zero lands a sneak attack before tagging in Okada. He sets Kenny Omega up for a suplex, but it seems Takeshita and Hex and Zero seem to be trying to do something else entirely, and this allows Kenny Omega to regain control, landing a suplex of his own on Okada as his partner returns to the apron. Hex and Zero tags back in for some shoulder charges, but in the corner. But Kenny Omega dodges one. Last attack to send the Luchador down hard. He knocks Kazuchika Okada and Konosuke Takeshita off the apron before going after Hex and Zero, only for the Alpha to tag himself in. Kenny Omega sends Konosuke Takeshita towards his corner for a triple team, but in comes Okada to fight off his old allies. This ends with Okada being sent out of the ring, and the crowd claps Terminator style for a triple dive by the Elite, sending the Don Callis family to the floor. In the midst of all this, Hex and Zero has tagged in, and he goes after Mac Jackson as we go to commercial break. We're back from commercial break. The match We're back from commercial break. The match has spilled to the outside as Matt Jackson sends Takeshita to the floor with a stunner before sliding back in the ring to take Okada to the canvas. Tag made to Nick Jackson. Tag made to Nick Jackson, who feeds off the Don Callis family by himself until Okada and Takeshita sends him to the ropes. He fights back, taking both men down with an arm drag off the ropes. Running boot to Okada, but Matt Jackson, who sends Hex and Zero to the floor before setting Takeshita up for a double team for a near fall for Nick Jackson. Hex and Zero makes the tag now, landing a running strike on Nick Jackson landing a running strike on Nick Jackson in the corner before going for a mad scientist bomb. But Nick Jackson fights back with a destroyer, sending the luchador hard into the canvas. Okada tags in, and the crowd is in a ruckus when Kenny Omega makes the tag as well. The two trade strikes as the crowd chants along. Okada in the corner, and he catches Kenny Omega before blocking one ring angel attempt, only to run into a super kick by Matt Jackson. Chaos ensues as the rest of the men come in, with Takeshita taking Matt Jackson down with a blue thunder bomb, only to eat a knee strike by Kenny Omega. Konosuke Takeshita makes the tag and goes after the now legal Nick Jackson, only for Matt Jackson to tag himself in for a super kick to the Alpha. Move after move now, until Takeshita takes a ride with a sunset flip, assisting a German suplex. Okada comes in now, stopping a springboard attack with a dropkick as Takeshita gets a near fall off a running knee. Wires are crosswind. Takeshita running knee on Matt Jackson is stopped by a Rainmaker Lariat attempt, and the trio argue, following Hex and Zero tag until Okada and Hex and Zero are sent out of the ring by the Elite. Snapdragon suplex by Kenny Omega takes out each of the Don Callis family. We get a triple super kick on Hex and Zero, leading to a one wing angel by Kenny Omega with an assist from the Young Bucks for the pin and the win. The winner by pin for the Elite. This was a fun tag team match, and I'm glad the Elite won. Alright, let me take a sip of my water. Alright. Post match, we get a stare down between Konosuke Takeshita and Okada after they take down Kenny Omega, but they turn their attentions to taking out the Young Bucks before getting into it with each other once more until Kenny Omega runs them off with a broom. I'm sorry. But take my money to see Konosuke Takeshita and Okada, and that's all I gotta say. The referee intervened. The referee retrieves the bag with the money, handing it to Kenny Omega, who stands with the Young Bucks to celebrate as we go to commercial break. Alright, so we go to commercial break. AEW World Champion 3-way match contract signing for World ends with Samoa Joe, Hangman Page, and Swerve Strickland, and MJF. This was a good segment, and that's all I gotta say. We are back at ringside as Tony Schiavone introduced the three-man going at it for the AEW World Championship at World Ends. Really good pop for Hangman Adam Page, a big pop for Swerve Strickland, and a Samoa Joe chant for the champ himself. Tony Schiavone talks about the contract for the three-way match, taking up all three men before asking if they're ready to sign. Samoa Joe takes the mic, saying sometimes he wishes Tony Schiavone would shut his big yapper. Alright. He explains, but he brought his boys out to make sure everyone is safe and to make sure nothing would trigger anyone to do something stupid. He signs the contract as the crowd chants, "Whose house?" Swerve's house, and this rallies up Samoa Joe, who says he will walk out of World Ends as champion, and that he hopes both men will make it to the show in one piece. Swerve Strickland says he came back to AEW with his eyes on the AEW World Championship. Excuse me. He addresses the mutual respect in some weird way between he and Hangman Page, while nothing the mutual hatred they have for Samoa Joe. He remembers having to sign the contract for his title shot last year in a pull of his own blood. And he paid Samoa Joe back by taking the title away from him. And he'll pay back Samoa Joe, pay Samoa Joe back for all these hoops he has to go through by taking the title away again. He promised to beat Samoa Joe so badly he'll be even uglier than in 207 with his face tattooed. With that, Swerve Strickland signs the contract next. Hangman Adam Page speaks now, addressing the what he's been through, pure to finally taking back the world title successfully against the Death Riders. He talks about how he ended up taking on the challenge all by himself, winning the world title from Jon Moxley at All in Texas. He talks about knowing he'll face those he was fighting alongside, addressing that Samoa Joe turned to his ops to help him take the title. In that later stage of Samoa Joe's career, Hangman Page would hope that the legend of Samoa Joe would not be defined by the piece of that Samoa Joe is now, which garners a chant along those lines by the crowd. Samoa Joe says if anyone would know about what that is, this God's forsaken town. Hangman Page says he know there will come a time when will stand across the ring from Swerve Strickland. Hangman Page says he would expect nothing less. He'll face Swerve Strickland for the title one-on-one, but that is not the world we live in. He wants Samoa Joe some more before finally signing the contract. Tony Schiavone confirms the three-way match for the pay-per-view, but before he finished his sentence, the lights goes out before the music of MJF hits, bringing out the former world champion to a big pop from the crowd as they sing along to his music. I was so happy to see MJF back on AEW. Big pop from MJF as he steps into the ring, calling for his music to be cut. MJF chants from the crowd as he asks for his own contract from ringside, signing it to hand over to Tony Schiavone. Tony Schiavone announces that MJF has cashed in his guaranteed title match, won at All In, making this a fatal four-way match. But it cuts off by MJF, who tells Tony Schiavone to leave his ring. He talks about why he will face three men for the title, thinking about why he was getting ready to be an actual Hollywood star. He focused on Seabiscuit by addressing that to really hurt Page. He wants to take the title away from him while beating two of his fiercest rivals in one fell swoop. Samoa Joe starts to talk, but it's cut off, and we remain that there is no physicality allowed between any of the men in this match. MJF runs down Samoa Joe, culminating in saying that he will beat the champ at the same event where Samoa Joe and MJF's title reign. Swerve Strickland interrupts to tell MJF he needs to be afraid of him, and this leads to MJF setting his sights on Swerve Strickland, making a comparison to P Diddy of all people before waiting to talk about this being Swerve's house. He brings up the shared history the two have before their past splits, with Swerve Strickland twerking for the top dollar while in WWE before making his way to AEW. He runs Swerve Strickland down some more before saying, "This is MJF's house. The rent is due. The Devils is here to collect. You can call him Don Corleone, as he conducts family business at World Ends." Do you happen to know why? Because he's MJF. He is better than you, and you know it. MJF drops the mic, leaving the ring as the crowd chants along with his music. This clears the ring as we cut away. This was a good segment between Samoa Joe, Swerve Strickland, Hangman Adam Page, and MJF. I love this segment right here. This was a very good segment. Alright. Backstage, Jetsby talks about their focus on the remainder of the Continental Classic, both of whom have big C2 matches coming up on Collision. We head back to the ring for our next match. At the first team make their entrance one at a time, and then with Mercedes, ended with Monet before heading to the ring. Out next are the Timeless Love Bombs, followed by the Babes of Wrath as they head to the ring to get this match underway. So we get an 8-woman tag team match. Mercedes Moné, Athena, Megan Bayne, and Maria Shafir versus Harley Cameron, Willow Nightingale, Toni Storm, and Mina Shakara. Alright. And this 8-woman tag team match, I ain't gonna lie, this was a average, not average, I'm sorry. This was a solid 8-woman tag team match. But I gotta take a sip of my water before I continue. We start off with Willow Nightingale, Mercedes Moné, with Willow Nightingale quickly slamming the TBS champion before attacking in Harley Cameron for a double team. That garners a 2 count. Athena tags in, taking down Harley Cameron only to be sent to the mat herself. Maria Shafir tags in now, laying into Harley Cameron before Mina makes a blind tag to surprise Mina with a tornado for a near fall. Megan Bayne comes in for a double team, but Mina fends them off before looking for a figure for Maria Shafir, catching Megan Bayne with a DDT as well. Toni Storm comes in for assist, and chaos ensues with the match spilling to the outside as we go to commercial break. Back from commercial break, Toni is in control as she sends Maria Shafir down to the mat multiple times. Maria Shafir heads to the corner, but is taken out with a hip attack, only for Athena to intercept a Storm Zero attempt. Mercedes Moné and Harley Cameron comes in as well, but they cancel each other out, leaving us with Toni Storm and Maria Shafir. Tag are made to Megan Bayne and Will Nightingale. The latter sends the Megasis to the mat with a big spine buster for 2. Some more chaos as Maria Shafir goes on the attack, only to be sent to the outside. Athena gets a tag and makes a dive, only to be intercepted with a pounce by Will Nightingale. In the midst of the chaos, Mercedes Moné gets a tag of her own before Willow Nightingale is caught with an old face by Athena, allowing the CEO to get the pin and the win. The winner by pinfall: Mercedes Moné, Athena, Megan Bayne, and Maria Shafir. This was a solid tag team match for what it was. Solid 8-woman tag team match for what it was. They celebrate as we go to commercial break. So we go to commercial break. We head back to ringside for our next match, with Pac and Kyle Fletcher making their entrance to get this Continental Classic bout underway. So we get the Continental Classic Gold League match, Kyle Fletcher versus Pac. And this match was fantastic. I enjoyed this fantastic match between Kyle Fletcher and Pac. This match was fantastic. The crowd cheers both men on as they circled the mat before Kyle Fletcher takes Pac to the mat. Pac fights back to his feet, sending the former TNT champion to the canvas before Kyle Fletcher fights back to a vertical base for a scoop slam. Pac gets to his feet in the corner, dodging a charge, but Kyle Fletcher and breaking away from a dragon screw to take Kyle Fletcher to the outside with a hurricanrana. But Kyle Fletcher intercepts him with a punch when Pac goes for a dive. Kyle Fletcher gets back in the ring, working on Pac until he's sent to the outside. Pac lands a boot to the face of Kyle Fletcher before landing a hurricanrana off the apron. As the referee begins to count, Pac brings Kyle Fletcher back in the ring, hearing the crowd cheering for him, and this distracts him long enough for Kyle Fletcher to fight back. Pac responds with an avalanche belly-to-belly suplex, sending the Protostar crashing to the mat as we go to commercial break. We're back from commercial break. Kyle Fletcher managed to regain control when he counters with a modified Machoka driver on Pac to get a close near fall. He used the ropes to get back to his feet in the corner, only for Pac to boot him to the canvas before climbing the turnbuckle. Kyle Fletcher leaves the ring, but this just make Pac change his trajectory for a moonsault, sending the Protostar to the floor. He brings Kyle Fletcher back into the ring for a suplex for a 2 count. Kyle Fletcher gets to his feet, and we hear that 10 minutes have remain. And Pac goes after him in the corner, only for Kyle Fletcher to land a Tiger Bomb to get a 2 count of his own. Pac climbs to his feet in the corner, but makes a running kick by Kyle Fletcher, only to fight him off from the ropes before going up top. But Kyle Fletcher catches him in midair. Pac captures the arm of Kyle Fletcher for a perfect hold, rolling him to the mat for a brutalizer. Kyle Fletcher is fading, but managed to get his boot on the ropes just in the nick of time. Pac runs the ropes for a big lariat, but only gets a 2 count. Pac goes up top for a black arrow, but it's intercepted by Kyle Fletcher, who catches him with a sheer drop brainbuster, but Pac nearly kicks out at 2 to save the match for himself. Kyle Fletcher takes Pac to the corner, setting him up on the top rope before Pac starts to fight back, leading to a reverse run off the top rope, sending Kyle Fletcher crashing to the mat. Pac goes up top, connecting with the black arrow for the win. The winner of the match, Pac scored 6 points. This match was fantastic between Pac and Kyle Fletcher. This match was really good, and it was fantastic at the same time. Pac sits in the corner, taking his win as we go to commercial break. So we go to commercial break. We return to the ring for the main event of the Dynamite portion of the night, as we get the remaining entrants for the Dynamite Battle Royal. The Diamond gets a jump on their foes before we get this match underway. So we get the Dynamite Diamond Battle Royal, and this match right here, I ain't even gonna lie. Yeah. Now I ain't gonna lie. This match. Yeah, this match right here, I ain't even gonna lie to you. And yeah, this match this match was okay. Oh yeah, this match, yeah, the Diamond Battle Royale, it just it was just there at the same time, but it was just okay for what it was. The ring gets cleared out through no eliminations are made as the former Acclaimed stare each other down. Maskcaster starts up his chant before Bishop Khan tries to get involved, and this leads to a sesame timber before we can get a proper Acclaimed reunion. However, Ricochet slides into the ring to eliminate Maskcaster. This finally starts to feel like in Battle Royal, as the ring fills back up with Anthony Bounce focus on Ricochet for revenge, only to be eliminated instead as we go to commercial break. We're back from commercial break. Yeah, back in the ring, we see a 3-way house fight until Shelton Benjamin gets involved. Shelton Benjamin cuts off Ricochet, sending him into the Luchasaurus for a chokeslam. Josh Alexander sends out Shelton Benjamin, and Luchasaurus eliminates Mark Davis, only to be eliminated by Josh Alexander. We're down to 6 men as they go at each other, with the Diamond targeting Brody King until he finishes them off from the corner. Brody King hits a Death Valley driver, sending Ricochet into Leona in the corner, but Josh Alexander catches him with an ankle lock. to wear him down, only for an assist by Bandito to help send the walking weapon out for an elimination. Brody King leaves the ring to attack Ricochet on the barricade, but gets knocked down by Toa. Back in the ring, Bandito feints off Bishop Khan. Leona goes after the Ring of Honor World Champion, but Brody King comes in to eliminate Toa and himself. This leaves us with Khan and Bandito in the ring, with Bandito sending Bishop out of the ring with a reverse Rana as Ricochet returns to the ring to confirm our final two. Excuse me. The final two entrants facing off next week's for the Dynamite Diamond Ring, Ricochet and Bandito. With that, so yeah, it is what it is. So yeah. So and that's all I gotta say from here. And it is what it is, man. So like I said, I don't watch AEW Collision, and that's all I gotta say. Yeah, and that's all I gotta say. I don't watch AEW Collision. Alright, it says the final two entrants facing off next week for the Dynamite Diamond Ring, Ricochet and Bandito. And the AEW Dynamite holiday goes off the air. But anyway, let me get my explain what I think about AEW Dynamite holiday. Now, AEW Dynamite Holiday was a very good show, and I give this show an 8.5 out of 10. This was way better than NXT, and that's all I gotta say from here. But I was so happy to see MJF back on AEW Dynamite Holiday, so that's all I gotta say from here. But AEW Dynamite Holiday was a good show, was a very good show, and I give this show an 8.5 out of 10. And if they didn't have MJF tonight, I'll give this show a 7.5 out of 10. But I had to give this. But I'm so happy that MJF is back on AEW Dynamite Holiday, and I give this show an 8.5 out of 10. But anyway, if you guys enjoy my AEW Dynamite Holiday review on highlights, make sure you guys please watch the video from all the way from the beginning all the way towards the end. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more wrestling content I do on the channel, because I'm on the road to 12K. I'm really trying to get to 12K before 2026 and 2027. And I went to my YouTube studios. I see y'all watching the video, but y'all not subscribing to my channel. So make sure you guys subscribe to my channel so I can hit 12K. And that's all I gotta say. And I need your help. All my newcomers, watch my AEW Dynamite Holiday review and highlights so I can get to 12K subscribers. I'm counting on you guys. But anyway, I want you guys to have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kings, kept your club. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang. And I will see you guys tomorrow live on Twitch for some Fortnite. And that's all I gotta say from here. I want you guys to have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kings, kept your club. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang. And I will see you guys tonight on my upcoming world premiere for my AEW Dynamite Holiday review highlights at around 5 o'clock a.m. 5 o'clock a.m. Eastern time on YouTube. So whoever comes to my chat for my world premiere will I will give that person a shout out as well. But make sure you guys like the video, share the video with your friends and family, because I'm trying to get to 12K before 2026 and 2027. But make sure you guys run my videos, run my playlist for watch time hours. That totally helps. Even though I don't ask for much, but I went to my YouTube studios. I see y'all watching the full video from the beginning to the end, but y'all not hitting that subscribe button. Why is that? So make sure you guys please do the right thing. Full watch the video from all the way from the beginning or towards the end. Hit that subscribe button, turn on post notification just to notify when I upload a new video or I'll be having a world premiere. But anyway, have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kings, kept your club. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang. And I have a huge announcement. I'm just gonna say it. My birthday's saying December 28th, this coming up Sunday. And I'm gonna go live on Twitch to celebrate my 2-year affiliate anniversary birthday stream. And I hope you guys will be there. I've been planning this for a long time, so I hope everybody will be there. And that's all I gotta say. I know all my real ones will be there. Make sure you guys drop some biddies, drop some followers, drop some stream streaks, and drop some gifted subs as well too. That's much as important, because I want to celebrate my birthday I want to celebrate my 2-year affiliate anniversary and my birthday live on Twitch. So that's all I gotta say. Have a great night. Stay safe and always stay too sweet. And I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang. Have a great night, guys. And I'll see you guys in my upcoming world premiere for my AEW Dynamite holiday review and highlights in my world premiere. Too sweet. Gang.